our beach house and there is like no like enclosed space. Like everything's just like out willy-nilly out in the universe. And we're here with our friends. There are 4 kids and that I'm like, I closed myself in. I was like, I need a place where I can close the door. So yes.
I know we're on vacation up here in the mountains. And I told my husband, I'm like, take everyone horseback riding. I need the house. My son's in the other room, but it's that time. Like he's a toddler. So we were busy all morning. So he's like a show in the bed, but he might come out. You never know.
You know what?
We're here for any
closet.
I love it. I know I'm in Brie's pantry right now in Lake because I'm at her place in Lake Tahoe. So I had to hide from my son. Or
we're all doing what we can.
Yeah, right, you know what? Right? We're all doing our best.
Exactly. I always tell, like when I see moms at school when I drop off the kids, they're like, "How are you?" I'm like, "Surviving." I'm surviving.
We have a phrase called surviving, not thriving. And that is at the core of who we are as people.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's definitely me currently.
I was going to say, I'm going to start using that. Surviving, not thriving. I love it. Well, Joanna, Clea, thank you so much for coming on the Nikki and Brie show. We were so excited when we heard that you were going to join us. And we both just want to say congratulations on the podcast, Best Friend Energy. Also, with your very popular, amazing show, Get Organized with the Home Edit that streams on Netflix. And major congratulations for becoming the new host of Extreme Makeover Home Edition on ABC. I am so excited. Literally goosebumps that show's coming back.
We are so excited. We can't believe it. We're like, did we dream this? Was this like a fever dream? Yeah.
Literally, I have to like confirm with Clea every day. I'm like, did that really happen? Or is that just
really happening? Yeah.
Right. That is, I mean, did you guys think in a million years that as best friends, you'd create this empire?
No, not in a billion.
We couldn't dream this big. We had one dream when we first started the Home Edit, which was we really wanted to have a collection of products, like a product line of organizing products, literally to make our lives as organizers easier. You know, we were like, this is missing. Yeah, right. Purely selfish. This is just missing from the marketplace. We need these items. And that's as big as we got. So, you know, we checked that off. But it's everything is just bananas. It's crazy.
I love it. Well, you know, Brie and I, because I mean, even though we're identical twins, we're each other's best friends, and we too.
Oh, that's really sweet. Every time you say it melts my heart.
The good thing that I mean, I think where we differentiate from best friends is we can cut each other down pretty bad at times when we argue, but then we get over it in minutes and we're like, okay, we're fine.
That's right.
But we'll sometimes go on these power walks and talk about like the empire we've created together, and sometimes have to tell ourselves like, let's go have a glass of wine and actually acknowledge our accomplishments. Is there anything you two do of like, okay, we need to sit and be like, whoa, we did this?
We've tried. Joanna and I both have we call them intentions, not goals or anything like that, because, you know, we intend to do all this. One of our intentions is always like being really present and like trying so hard to kind of appreciate the moment that we're in. But you know, you're moving so fast all the time. So, which obviously you guys can relate to. And so sometimes Joanna and I are just like, wow, like how did this happen? It's usually over. I will be drinking champagne. Joanna will be ordering hummus and pita. And we just like have, you know, we clink pita and glasses and just sometimes just like revel in it. Cause it is crazy. It's like, how did this happen?
It is. It's all a dream. The whole thing, it's so wild beyond our wildest imaginations and aspirations. It's just incredible. And it is so important. I think we try to take a moment to celebrate, and then we're like on to the next thing. I'm like, oh, okay. We're like, well, what can we solve in this hour instead? You know, but I think we need to slow down and just be even more present than we already are.
Yeah, sure. And then
I love that.
I do too. And do people ask you guys all the time? Because so many times they're like, don't get in business with your friends because it can ruin your relationships. Have you guys set any boundaries, or is there, when you guys started doing this, you're like, okay, if we start to act like this, someone has to like bring us down? Like, is there any of that you had from the beginning?
You know, the crazy thing is Joanna and I weren't friends before. So we met through a mutual friend, like on a blind lunch date. We went to have lunch together, and we just started immediately kind of talking about the things that we want to do, that we would do. And we got up from a blind lunch date as business partners. And we started the home edit that night. We came up with the name, the logo, we got our social handles, website domain, started signing paperwork. We opened up like a bank account together the next day. We did not know each other at all.
It's true.
So our friendship
had nothing to lose, but our life had everything to lose.
Right. and our friendship grew. I mean, immediately, I will say that, but our friendship, like we became business partners before we were friends. And it's funny, Joanna once answered a question on like Good Morning America. It was like a big show. I don't remember exactly which one. And they were like, what's your secret? And Joanna's like, oh, we've never been friends. And I was like, what? Like, I thought that we were. And but she meant that we didn't start off that way. We started off with just business in mind, and our friendship grew again immediately. And we do spend an inordinate amount of time together. So it's only been 8 years, but it's been like 25 in all.
Yeah, I think I've spent more time with Clea in the last 8 years than I have with my husband in 15.
Easily.
Easily, right? How are your husbands with organization? Because I know for me, like you guys would love me because I am the most organized person in the world. Like I love going to the Container Store, and like if you open up all my drawers, whether it's in my son's room, my pantry, anywhere in my house, everything is organized and labeled. Like I'm big with labeling, and even in my garage. But I could tell like it drives my husband crazy because especially in the closet we share, when he gets it unorganized after I've organized it, like it's probably our one consistent argument we always have. I'm like, how can you not just hang it back up where the blues are, and starts with the short sleeves, and then we go into long, and like
it's so easy.
It's so easy.
What
it feels like an insult when somebody doesn't follow.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, my husband is actually very, very good with falling into the systems that I create. He has the one thing that makes me insane that he does not pay attention to. This is so stupid. He's going to kill me if he hears this, but he doesn't hang his pants correctly. Like you're supposed to hang them so that the inside seam, it faces the wall of the closet, not out. And it's like a tick that makes me insane. And I furiously rearrange it like every single day. And I feel like it's like something he refuses to learn, which I mean, if divorce ever happens, it's going to be because of his genes. Like I can't handle it. But he's normally really good about it. I think he has like a little bit of an eye roll when he's looking for something. And I'm like, it's in the orange section. Like, I don't think he loves that for himself, but it works. It works for me. And I'm the system creator.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I love when I go to your Instagram and I see all the like colored coordination, because I'm like that. And it just makes my life easier, because that morning when I wake up, I know like, I'm feeling like I'm going to wear purple today. And I'm going to go to that section. It's easy. Right?
It's so much. It makes your life easier. It's really just a lazy man's cut. I mean, it's just a shortcut.
Exactly.
Yeah. But Joanna, do you have any stories with your husband?
My husband, he doesn't not like messy or dirty, but he's also
a lot of complaints about our husbands. No.
Yeah, you know what? He leaves a lot of stuff out. Not to say that I'm perfect, but I'm like, you can deal with this because I will set up all your systems and put away everything. He's got some annoying habits, but like, we'll save that for a separate whole podcast. But
they are saints. I will say that our husbands are absolute saints. They take care of the house, the kids. I've never done laundry in my life. My husband does it.
Wow.
They are absolute saints. No, Joanna doesn't know what time her kids get out of school. Jeremy does.
It's true.
So yes, does he not throw out his floss correctly? Like he always
does not,
like a little string.
There's a string hanging out of the trash can every single day, and there's always toothpaste in the sink every single day. But he literally manages the rest of our entire house.
The whole house.
Yeah.
So
and he flosses, which is a plus.
Yes. That's right. He flosses. That's good.
No, but I'm the same too. My husband is amazing and does so many amazing things, and our things that are the consistent arguments. It's always how the organization, and then he likes to clean dishes and leave them on the counter. And I'm always like, I just don't know how we put them away, but you know what? I'll take everything else. If that's it, that's it.
If that's all you got, that's fine. You know? We'll take a few inconsistencies.
Right. I agree.
Well, and what's so interesting is that you will meet some men who are crazy organized freaks. Like I think of our uncle. I think of just even some people I've dated in the past who were like men that were just like almost anal about being clean.
We know a lot of them.
Like, yeah. And so sometimes I'm like, and I'm a clean freak, but sometimes that would bug me. I was like, chill, I'm going to get to it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wish there was a happy medium, but it feels like sometimes with men, they're either really messy or they're really clean. So
my husband is very, very clean and very neat. It's just like his brain doesn't work the same as mine, and that's okay. No, nor should it. Like there's only room for one of me, so it's totally fine. But you know, our clients, sometimes it's the husband that's the absolutely obsessive organized freak.
And it's always the ones that are like really are.
And it's very fun to see. They're like our kindred spirits. When we walk in and like the husband cares about the coffee pod drawer, I'm like, I see you. I see you. Yeah.
I love that. When you've had celebrities on, who was like your most shocking of like, wow, I never thought this person would be so organized? Because you guys have had cool guests on your show.
We've had very cool guests. I wouldn't say this was a shock at all, but Khloe Kardashian is the most organized human being in the world. And it's like a pleasure to behold. Like when you walk in, it wasn't a shock because like she has that persona about like everyone kind of knows that about her, but it's crazy to witness in person because it is.
She would put us out of business in a second if she decided to go into an organizing business.
Really?
So
interesting.
So good at it.
She's amazing.
Oh, wow.
I wonder because she has so many sisters, if it's like, this is my stuff. No one touch it. Like you almost grow up wanting to be so organized. So no one comes in.
We've worked for most of the family at this point, and they all like, there is not a messy Kardashian. I will tell you that. Like everyone is actually quite organized and cares deeply about it. But Khloe can do it herself. Like it's just like on another level. It's like, I would love to make her a third partner in our business.
If she wasn't busy. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I actually do remember seeing her pantry because that like went viral. And I was like, wow, that's beautiful. I love that. Because I just love when things are in jars. Yeah. That was incredible.
That was a 6-month project before we even did it. Like the amount of, she cares so much about every single item that goes in every basket, every jar, I mean, we've done the same thing for Kim Kardashian. She loved these certain types of jars, but she didn't like the color wood of the lid because she has like a very tonal quality throughout her entire house. I'm sure you've seen photos of like this kind of like off-white color. And in unison with her crew, had all the lids sanded and stained to match the rest of the wood in her house. I mean, like, wow, the girls are all like very, like they care deeply and they're thorough and particular. And I mean, they care a lot about
I love that.
Having an organized, beautiful space.
Well, I feel like when your space is really organized, you just function better in life. Like, I feel like I'm a better wife. I'm a better mother, you know?
You feel better all around. You take care of yourself. I mean, it really is a form of self-care. You just feel better.
Yeah. I agree with you.
I feel like you get more time for you. Like when your life is organized, it's like you're not always thinking about everything that you need to get done in your house. It's just done. So when you have that extra time, you get it for you instead of doing something in your house.
No, it's the old like making your bed adage. First of all, you did something already that day. So if nothing else goes right that day, you already did one thing that's productive. You made your bed. Secondly, both of us are so obsessive about having a clean bed to come into because it's what is better. That if for some reason we don't make it in the morning,
not just a clean bed, a made bed.
A made bed. Yeah. A made bed. But if we haven't made it in that day, we will both make the bed before we get into it at night. Like, because it has to be made before you get in.
You can't just get into a rumpled bed. That's disgusting. So
no.
I will make a bed at 5 p.m. if I have to.
Oh, like, I will too.
Wow. Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna have to do that because there's some days where my
some
bed
days
is,
can't get to
but
it
doesn't make me feel good.
No.
And so but I'm usually really good about making it.
I want to give everyone a pass at a partially made bed. Like if you don't get to the throw pillows, that's fine. But like still,
My
like,
daughter
make
calls
sure-
them the toppings.
What'd you
Yeah.
say?
My
The
daughter
toppings.
Marlo calls them the toppings.
That's
Yeah,
the
the
toppings. If you don't get to that part, I feel like that's fine. You need to just
Totally.
like have like your covers made up and everything so that you can unfold it and get into bed. It's
Yeah.
not, you don't get into bed if the bed's unmade. There's no,
No.
getting in. It's
Your
awful.
whole night is ruined.
Awful.
Yeah, we
Awful.
both feel very
Yes.
passionately about this.
Well,
I agree.
and
Even though my
I'm the-
husband asked me, he's like, can we do less throw pillows, please? He's like, I just feel like you're adding too many steps. And I'm like, Brian, it's like 4, maybe 6. Like,
Right. I know. I do that too. I overcomplicate it for sure. And then there's
Yeah.
like a blanket folded at the
Yeah.
end.
Yes,
I
me
get
too.
it. I get it. But that's why I'm like, you know what? Some days, if like the whole bed isn't
Yeah.
beautifully done for like a magazine cover,
Yeah.
fine. Like, but
Right.
it just needs to be made essentially.
Mhm.
I've
And
shown
you
Jeremy
guys-
how to unmake the bed in a proper way with the throw pillows on the chair, neatly stacked, 1, 2, 3, and then the other one
yes.
here. And every night he just takes one willy-nilly, throws it on. I'm like,
No,
we've
it's-
gone through the steps. We've gone.
Yes.
That's
And they're easy
exactly what I was like
steps.
just gonna ask. If there's like, I know I have that system of like where, like when I undo the bed, how it exactly needs to look being undone.
Yes.
yes,
Just to make it in the
Yes.
morning.
yes.
You
You
know?
don't just throw them down. You stack them
No.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
You
One
know what?
and
I
the little one.
said that it was just John and like his jeans on the hanger that was gonna get me, but also his bed making skills are atrocious. Atrocious. And
Yeah.
it's like the one thing that he just refuses to learn, will not do it. And if he does it, it's an insult to bed making. Like he just
Right.
like throws the pillows aren't placed properly. Oh God, it's like insane. It makes
Yeah.
me crazy.
But isn't
Wow.
it interesting when you go to other people's houses, when you see how they organize their throw pillows, it tells a lot about them.
Yeah.
Because you realize it's a very artistic thing. And when
It's
people put
true.
it together, right? Because
Yeah.
sometimes I'll look and I'll be like, ooh, I didn't think about that. I would have done it
I know.
different. But it's weird. I always stare at people's throw pillows and how they organize them and put them together.
I think a lot about throw pillows, actually, like
Mhm.
more than an average person thinks about throw pillows. I judge throw pillows. Like Joanna's back there, pretty good. She has a nice little chop going.
Oh, it's actually bad. I was
It's
sleeping
okay.
on it. I was
No, it's okay. It's okay.
no, it's actually killing me.
Okay, you fix it, but like it's okay. I wouldn't have. It wouldn't kill me. What kills
Right.
me, which is like actually crazy town, is when you go to someone's house and their bed isn't made. I'm like,
Oh,
if a gardener is outside, my bed's made. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like can't believe that people don't like that. That doesn't click for them. Again, you know, I'm
Right.
weird. That's why people don't want to invite me over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm someone who's pretty crazy about toilet paper.
Mhm.
So I will switch people's toilet paper in their house.
I do
if
that
you don't
too.
have
I
it
do
going
that too.
over.
It has
do
to
you?
go over the top.
Right?
I will switch it. I will switch it.
I will
Yes.
switch it. I has to go over the top. It drives me crazy the other way. And I think like it doesn't take that much time to put
And
it
it's
in the
there's
right way.
there's one right way to do it. I've
One
actually
right way.
changed it in at like a restaurant bathroom too. Like I
oh,
love it.
no way.
I am like you're doing
would
it
do this.
wrong and like this is not acceptable. And so
Right.
I have changed it. I never even thought about it really. I'm like I'm just doing a public service, but like no, you're right. I change it.
I mean, honestly, I feel like that needs to be a home edit is where you go in and you can judge people's personalities and how they are by how they put their throw pillows, their
Yeah,
toilet
throw-
paper,
throw
and
papers and toilet paper. Name
There's
of
a
our
lot.
next book. Yeah.
there you go. It's that
Totally.
is oh what, Nicole?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna, so what are like, do you guys have any favorite like websites or where you like to shop? Like anything that's like where you go
For like organizing or for like
Yeah.
clothing?
organizing?
I mean, of course, the Container Store and Walmart also is a huge, we have a product collection at Walmart and at the Container Store different. They're exclusive to both places.
Oh, nice.
So those are our go-tos. Honestly, I don't just say that we use our products for the sake of
Oh no.
motion.
Right.
We created the products so that we could use them. Again, purely selfish reasons.
Yeah.
So like the hanger collection that we created for Walmart, I think is absolutely phenomenal. Like our canister collection there. I mean, we've like really been able to innovate. So
Yeah.
I mean, again, I selfishly say that we shop our own collection because we needed to put it into existence so that we could use it.
Yeah, I
I
love
need
that.
to do that. I'm all about the closet space and hangers. So I'm gonna check that one out because
Our Walmart hangers are amazing.
Exceptional. Let me just like tell you why they're so great.
Tell us.
Okay, so first of all, they come in either natural wood or a black wood. They're beautiful, they're sustainable, they hold like 200 pounds. Not that you like have a 200-pound jacket, but like it could hold it. You can
it might be 70, but it's a lot.
Whatever. I just mean it's a large amount. They're virtually like indestructible. I mean, I put them through the ringer and they're amazing. You can hang, like if you're like have clothes from the washing machine or something, you can hang them to dry on them because they're water resistant. They're slim hangers too. Wooden hangers are typically large, and we were able to manufacture a wooden hanger that is as slim as the velvet hangers.
Really?
They're
amazing.
And they're beautiful.
I need that because I used to have wood, and because of the thickness, I switched to the felt ones because I need it thin. Oh, I'm gonna then definitely check those out because
they're fabulous.
My daughter the other week, we were in Walnut Creek, and because there's not a Container Store in Napa Valley, so we went to Walnut Creek, and she's never been in there, and I don't even know if she's been in Anthropologie, but those were the two stores that we were gonna hit up. And we walked into the Container Store, and her face lit up, like, and she's 6. And she was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm like, you're so my daughter. I mean, I came out with the biggest cart, and it was like, I just went in there to organize her closet because she just graduated from primary. She's going to elementary. So we just got some big girl stuff. And then of course I had to get all this stuff from me. It's wild. I can spend hours in there. And then we walked into Anthropologie, and I thought she was just going to faint. She just could not believe Anthropologie. And we left.
Future shopper. I love it.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you had to see my trunk. Good thing I have a minivan. So, I mean, I had the space, but we left Walnut Creek on the biggest shopping spree, going into 2 stores, but to see my daughter light up, but she loved it. Organizing, we were cleaning things out. Cause I feel like summer's the perfect time.
Totally.
Start to get ready for the school year, which for I think all of us moms, we count that as like our new year is like when school comes around. But summer's that perfect time. Clean out, like organize, like just get your life together.
Yep.
So it was great.
You know, a lot of kids really connect with organizing. Not all kids, obviously, but you know, there's something that really clicks, I think, for kids. They've actually, the younger they are, that's when it starts. You know, I mean, if you think about a kindergarten classroom, it's like the teachers are not cleaning up for 15, 20 kids. Like it's just not happening. They have bins, they have, you know, they'll take out certain toys that the kids are allowed to play with. They have to clean up at the end of the day. You know, like they're actually taught to be pretty organized. And so when they see the bins that they're seeing at school, and when they see color coding and rainbow coordination, like it just starts to make sense for them. So, I mean, Joanna and I always say, train them young, train them early.
Like a language. Start it early.
Yeah.
Start it early.
It's true. My son, I like work with a developmental specialist, and that was the one thing that she told me about my son. And he's 2.5, but at 2, I started where all of his toys are labeled. So to help him learn the process of cleaning up, I'm like, do you want the cars bin where it has all his little cars? And he could take 3 bins out at most at a time. Usually I prefer 1 or 2. So he cleans it up, but I have everything labeled. And it is crazy now that he already knows how cars is spelled because he goes to that bin so much and pulls it out. But he like at a young age cleans up so well. I know Brie, your son's the same, but I had a sitter one time come over and like open up his plaything, and she goes, whoa, you really have everything in like individual bins and labeled? I'm like, yes. And he's great. And we've
gotten that once or twice too.
Learned.
Yeah.
I bet.
People come over to my house. I'm sure Joanna has the same thing. And they're like, oh my God, like your pantry actually looks like that. I'm like, yes, don't mess it up. Or you're
exactly.
Make sure you put it back where you grabbed it.
Right.
So are you two the types when you go on vacation, before you do anything, do you just unpack everything and put it all away in your hotel room?
Clea will do it at midnight. Doesn't matter. Literally, it could be 3 a.m. when we land, and she is still unpacking.
Fully unpack and set everything, like my toiletries, my hanging clothes, the drawers. I am fully done. The empty suitcase needs to be put out of sight. I can't see it. Like I don't care if I'm there for 1 night. I will.
I care. It depends on how I have to decide if it's worth it. It needs to be a certain amount of time for it to be worth it, and then I'm all in. But if I decide it's not worth it, then I will not.
Joanna and I
Yeah.
literally had to stop sharing hotel rooms early on, and not even early on, for years we shared a hotel room, and not even for finances. It was just like fun. Like, you
Yeah.
know, like
So
one time I remember in New York, very early on, they put us in different rooms on different floors. And I was like, do you want to come over?
Yeah.
You know, like it was just like terrible.
Yeah. We're just like, need to be.
But Joanna's use of a hotel room is so poor. She gets 1 star. I couldn't handle it. The way she treats a hotel room, it just suitcases everywhere and open. Like
It
nothing's
depends
unpacked.
how long I'm there. If I'm there for the long haul, it doesn't necessarily look like that.
Can you name one time that we've shared a hotel room where you've put everything away?
I mean,
Nope, never happened.
Oh, and I'm honestly the exact same way when it comes to.
I'm pretty like that
Oh,
too. I'll
yeah.
just wait till the next day.
Yeah. Well, and you get messy. You like leave clothes everywhere. You don't put them back. You don't put I'll even put if dirty clothes aren't fitting in the bag, I just start to put them in my wherever I keep my empty suitcase, and I let like that be my hamper because it's out of sight, out of mind.
I can't
But
handle
I
it.
do that.
I can't handle it.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like I'm
I love my house, and if I'm leaving my house, this hotel room is now an extension. So, you know, that's what it is. But not for Joanna. Joanna
Well, this has been such
Well, one
a
more
treat.
question I have. Oh, sorry, Brie. Go ahead. We
no.
see usually where you're sitting together and we could put we usually will have to hit each other's legs so we don't talk over each other.
Joanna and I talk
Go
over
ahead,
each other all the
Brie.
time.
Yeah.
I get
No,
it.
you go. You go.
Oh, right. Well, what I was going to say, I wanted to end with one last question. Because you guys are doing extreme makeover home edition. Is there any pressure? Because I mean, everyone has such a special story and the reveal is everything. Do you guys feel a lot of pressure, and how are you prepping going into this?
Yeah, a lot of pressure, actually. It turns out we're pretty nervous.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's such an iconic show, and
Yeah.
this franchise is so massive. Truly, I'm like, I kind of have to disassociate from it so that I don't freak out. Like,
No, we can't freak out. It's literally, coming into the shoes of this show is a wild thing, and we don't take it lightly, and we are very nervous.
And I think that we can't really start overthinking it until like the first day we start filming, because I will kind of lose my mind if I really think about it too hard. It's just not real to me.
Yeah.
Like it's so big, and it's such a massive show that, you know, I'm very excited, and I'm trying desperately to not get too nervous, because it is a lot. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, but
everyone knows the show.
Yeah, but I do think you guys are at the perfect place because you both are that talented and that amazing, and it's so well deserved that
you're knocking it out of the park.
Natural talent and instinct, it's just going to shine so much because you guys are the best at what you do, and you totally belong there. So I cannot wait to see what you guys do.
I definitely, that's very, very kind of you. I think that we definitely have a little bit of like imposter syndrome, like thinking about being talent on the show, hosting the show is just like,
not a little, a lot.
Yeah. We're like, no, it's cool. We can totally do it. They're very nervous.
Oh,
well, we can't wait to see it. And we can't wait to catch up with you guys this summer. Hopefully we can catch you on your live podcast tour, Best Friend Energy. So much fun. Nikki and I, we like to have our cocktails. So that would be a fun, like, best friend, because I am your best friend, like you said, right, Nikki? Night out.
For life.
But we always like to leave our listeners with a little inspiration and affirmation. Is there any quotes or mottos you both live by?
I'll start with one that my mother taught me, that I lead with every single day, which is never accept the first hotel room they give you, because people always try and give you garbage and leftovers. And so I use it for actually so many things. She is very serious about never accepting the first hotel room, because they always put you like by the elevator or like in the smallest room. But I extrapolate that out to the fact that people will always give you like the lowest hanging fruit, and you have to make sure to advocate for yourself and get something better every single time.
Wow. That's really, I've never heard that. That's good.
Yeah, that's great.
Joanna, what about you?
Joanna?
Oh God, hard to follow up, even though I know Clea's like life motto is that. I would say my grandparents used to always say, if nothing else works, just lower your standards. So, and that
Which
way,
I love
Yeah.
so much.
Yes.
yeah. So,
I've never heard that
that's what I do. Clea is looking for the best hotel room and I just lower my standards.
It's good. That's actually a good thing because then you don't get as disappointed. I feel like maybe
Totally.
I need to do that for some situations, just lower the standard or expectation, and then I won't be disappointed.
There
I
you
try
go.
to tell you that all the time.
Yeah. But I just raised the bar. That's what I'm known
No,
for.
it's hard. It's hard for I'm not good at lowering.
That's
No,
how I am.
hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
But I love it.
am.
Well, you guys are like the yin and the yang, which is like Nikki and I. And so that's
Yeah.
something special.
Yes.
Well,
thank you
I
so
know.
yeah.
We relate
Thank
to you guys so much.
Yeah.
I know.
Thank you
It's so
guys.
crazy.
Thank you.
Awesome.
This was such fun and congratulations with everything and have an amazing summer.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
so much
Yeah.
for having
Yeah,
us.
this was so
It was
fun.
fun.
Yes.
Mhm.